What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you guys are stopping by the channel for the first time, please hit the like button. Definitely consider subscribing to the channel. Well, guys, I got a number of people messaging me about a previous video that I did, and I wanted to kind of elaborate on that a little bit, right? If you're over 40, listen up. If you are in your 20s and your 30s, this is definitely going to be valuable for you as well, because you have a level up, you have an advantage from a time perspective. But there are some things that people need to let go of in order to be successful in life, in order to make money, in order to transform your life financially. And you're going to have to overcome these things. Otherwise, escaping the paycheck to paycheck cycle is going to be difficult. And a lot of people have asked me, why do you work out so often? Why do you stay fit? Why do you go to the gym? Why do you choose to eat the same foods every day? Well, Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, for those who don't know, Facebook, Meta CEO. Steve Jobs, for those who don't know, he is the founder was the founder of Apple Corporation. And there are a number of other individuals that are like them that have decided to simplify their lives by simply wearing the same thing every day. And I've taken that concept because what they have indicated is that when they can offload mental cycles needed to make decisions in terms of things that don't really matter in life, such as like what you really wear every single day. If you can simplify that and have a very simple outfit, choices for outfits, that extra brain power that would be used typically to determine what you're going to wear for the day could be reallocated to things that actually move the needle forward. And so that's what I wanted to talk about. But another thing I want to talk about is what keeps the needle from being able to move forward is a lot of times people, and I've literally had to practice this, not being limited by other people's beliefs. There's levels of freedom here. There's levels of freedom. There's levels of freedom. There's types of freedom. So there's freedom categories. There's financial freedom. There's physical freedom. There's social acceptance freedom. So let's talk about those just for a little bit. Financial freedom. Financial freedom basically means if you stopped working, your life really doesn't change in any noticeable way, right? You can live off of your passive income. You can live off of your investments or whatever you happen to have. You're good to go, right? Maybe you've got, 401ks, IRAs, online businesses. You got some LLCs, or maybe you've squirreled away some money in a trust that's, your assets are protected. You're not really worried about money. That's financial freedom, right? And it doesn't mean like you're running out buying Lamborghini Uruses and Mercedes-Benz GLE AMG 63s or anything like that. That's cool. But financial freedom, and it doesn't mean like you're taking luxury vacations every weekend either, or even a few times a year. Financial freedom just means you don't have to work for money and you can still live a comfortable life. That's financial freedom. And of course, there's levels to that, right? You got physical freedom. If you're in jail, you don't have physical freedom. And I don't think we need to really go any further than that. Then you have socially acceptance freedom, which is almost like mental freedom. Social acceptance freedom is kind of like you think about what other people are going to think about what you do or say or wear or drive or where you work or what you do for work before you actually do the thing. So that would mean you lack social freedom, right? Now, some people will literally want to start a business but they won't start the business because they're afraid of what their friends might think. They're afraid of, what if it fails? People are going to see me fail. How many of you guys resonate with any of these circumstances? How many people are afraid to do something that they know is going to be good for them, but they're reluctant? And let me know if you know, it might be you, maybe you know someone who's like this. Let me know if you know someone who is literally interested in doing something that could be really good for them. There's no guarantee of success, but they hold off on doing it because of a fear of what other people might think, whether it's success or failure. Another thing that I see very often, and I try to drill this into my students' minds because I coach a lot of people, different walks of life. People get so hung up on what other people say and these like colloquialisms, like act your age. Guys, y'all all know I'm over 40. I'm going to be 45 by the end of the year. And when people say act your age, it really depends on who you hang out with to determine what that acting your age really means. Because some people can be 60 years old and they're living life like they're 30. Now, they may not necessarily be able to do what a 30-year-old can do, but it depends on how you take care of yourself. And here's the other thing. Not all, if you're 40, you need to act your age. What the hell does that mean, really? Like, if acting your age, if you're 40, means doing what the average 40-year-old does, that's kind of depressing, to be honest with you. If that's the case, I don't want to act my age if that's what that means. Hold on a second. It's a little warm out here. I hope y'all don't mind. I'm going to just go ahead and make myself a little bit more comfortable. Hang on one second. Now, again, I'm 40 years old, 44, going to be 45 soon. And some people will be like, you need to act your age. And I'm like, well, what does acting your age mean? Because here in America, if you're acting your age and you're assuming that acting your age would mean you're doing what the average 40-year-old does, well, the average 40-year-old works a job that they don't like. The average 40-year-old male has a waist size of around 40 inches. The average male 40-year-old lives a fairly dissatisfied life. They're barely getting 2 weeks off per year for vacation time. They're in and I'm not saying this is everyone. I'm just saying the averages. Like, if this is not you, please comment down below. Let me know that this is not you, because that means you're an exception. You're above the average. But the average 40-year-old in America, look at the divorce rates here in America, right? The divorce rate is very high. It's actually depressing. It almost makes you wonder, why does anyone get married anymore when the divorce rate is so high, right? Well, it doesn't mean that you can't have a successful marriage. It just means that there are a lot of people who got together for the wrong reasons, or maybe they outgrew each other, or maybe they were just ignoring the reasons that were glaring them in the face for why they should never have gotten together in the first place. Some people, listening to their peers or their parents, maybe, hey, parents tend to mean well, but not all parents know everything. Especially if you're taking advice from parents who have had unsuccessful relationships and they're giving you relationship advice, that should be a strong signal for, hey, maybe I should take this advice with a grain of salt. Same thing goes with money. If you're taking advice from broke people about how to make money or become financially fit, or that's why I call it financial freedom or financial fitness, because there's a strong correlation between financial fitness. There's a strong correlation between good, solid finances and fitness, right? And those who are in my group, in the masterclass, they understand the link. And I have effectively perfected this combination of fitness, financial fitness. That's why the channel is called Financial Fitness, because they go hand in hand. You can rebuild your finances to begin to establish financial freedom while getting fit at the same time, because the same principles apply to both circumstances. But going back, act your age. I don't like hearing that. I honestly, I take care of myself better than the average person, but anybody could do this. Anyone could do this. You have to put you first, and you have to decide what you want. It's really that simple. You have to decide what you want. Some people say, I'm 40, so I don't do that anymore. Or, I'm 40, I can't be on TikTok anymore. That's for the kids. Those are limiting beliefs. Now, I'm not saying I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just saying people say and do things that affect other people. And if you're being negatively affected by what someone is saying, understand the difference between truth and limiting beliefs. And a lot of these limiting beliefs really, they're really harmful to people. They're really, and it's so sad because it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to retire. You don't have to wait till 65 years old to retire. I don't have a job. I'm effectively unemployed and I'm loving life. I have never been so stress-free and been in a situation where I've been in a state of euphoria for extended periods of time. But these are the things that they're not teaching us in school because they want us to be slaves to the system. They want us to be slaves to the system, and it's not fair. It's not fair. The system is rigged. Even our president of the United States, Trump, admitted that the system is rigged, and he admitted that he uses the system to his advantage. Can you believe that? Now, is it a problem that he used the system to his advantage, or is the problem that the system is rigged, or is the problem that you're mad that you're not aware of how to take advantage of the system that has been established? And it's not even, and I should rephrase that. You're not taking advantage of the system. You didn't build the system. That's kind of like saying, I'm gonna buy up all these hotels on the monopoly board for every property I own, and take advantage of the fact that every now and then somebody's going to land on these properties. Someone's going to land on my hotel, and they're going to have to pay me rent. And if I decide to put 4 hotels on this boardwalk, I may bankrupt my competitor. Are you taking advantage of the system, or are you just understanding what the rules of the game are, and you're playing to win? So many people have been brainwashed over the years to think that certain things need to be done a certain way just because that's the way it's always been done, or that's the way school taught us, or my mom did that. My mom did it that way. My grandmother did it that way. My great grandma. Times have changed, guys, and the rate of evolution is only increasing, guys. So I say this to say, act your age is such a blanket generic statement, and it really needs to be challenged. Because if acting your age means I should act like an average person within my particular age bracket, but if here's the other thing, is that really who you are? Because some people, like me, I've always enjoyed traveling. I actually like working out, believe it or not. I actually like eating healthy food. I actually like grooming and taking care of myself, moisturizing, not coming out the house looking ashy as hell. And so check out the sneakers, yo. I don't even know if y'all can see. I don't even know what number Jordans these are. But I got some Jordans on my feet, Air Jordans, right? I normally have some kind of fly shoes on my feet because I've always liked sneakers. Now, some people will say, got Air Maxes, Nike Air Maxes, Air Jordans. Now, am I trying to show off? No. Am I trying to act like a 20-year-old? No. But I'm doing the things that make me happy. And if the things that make you happy happen to be things that people who are younger than you happen to enjoy too, does that mean you're not acting your age? Ask yourself these questions. Think about it. There's got to be some things you're doing now that people who are not in your age group enjoyed. Here's another thing. When I was 20 and broke and living paycheck to paycheck, I was reading financial education books. I was investing in different business courses, not in college. I was investing in courses and books, seminars, programs that I believed in that would help me to move me and my family forward. Now, people in my age group in my 20s were not doing that. So does that mean that I should not have done what I did to help myself get forward in life? So basically, the majority of the people who were in these seminars, the majority of these people who were in these business courses, these business programs, these entrepreneurial startup courses, learning how to manage money, learning how to be able to do retirement planning so I could retire sooner, retire early, kind of like what I already did. You know what I'm saying? So most of the people were not 20. So in my 20s, I was acting like I was 40 because most of the people in there were like 40s and 50s and 60s, right? So was I wrong for being 20 and acting like a 40-year-old? Was I wrong for being 20 and acting like a 50-year-old, right? You see what I'm saying? So like a lot of folks end up getting their minds blown when I show them the other side. It's almost like the Matrix. You want the red pill or you want the blue pill? Do you want the red or the blue pill? Which one you want, right? So many people are taking the blue pill, but even though the red pill is not very tasty, it's so much more beneficial to you. Wise man once said, you can have it easy hard, or you could have it hard easy, but you're not going to get away from the hard. So you have to choose. You have to determine, like, do you want the hard first and then the easy, or do you want the easy first and then the hard? Ladies and gentlemen, I have found out that as uncomfortable as it is, you always want to go with the hard first, because there's a correlation between hard and easy. Whatever you get up front is temporary, but whatever you select on the back end, that's forever. So, do you want the temporary easy and the long-term hard, or do you want the temporary hard and the long-term easy, right? Like when you start going to the gym and you start working out, the hard part comes first. You get sore. Oh, this weight's heavy. Oh, I'm hot and sweaty. Yeah, I feel like my heart's gonna jump out of my chest because, you know, the cardio or whatever, right? But that's the hard part. But what's the long-term side effect? Oh, don't forget, you know, you're sore. You don't even feel like getting out of bed. You might go to sit on the toilet, and I can't even stand up off the toilet. You know? So I'm just saying, you get sore in the legs. You start feeling soreness and achiness in body parts you didn't even realize you had. But what's the long term? That's all short term, guys. So you do the hard up front and you get the easy on the back end. The easy now is I can go eat cheesecakes and dude, I'm 44 years old. I can go eat cheesecake, which I do often. People look at me like, man, you probably never eat anything good, do you? Don't assume. That's what people do too many times. They assume they don't know nothing. Ask questions without assumptions. Stop sticking your foot in your mouth. Just don't assume what you know. People assume that because, you know, maybe you don't drive a expensive luxury car, they assume you're broke. They assume because, you know, you look a certain way, you must be a criminal. People make stupid assumptions all the time. People make stupid assumptions about me all the time. Most of the time, I don't even pay them no mind. I don't bother correcting them because I don't even care enough. They ain't even worth my time. But anyway, so going back to the working out, you know, the hard up front, you're sore, you're lifting heavy weight, you're sweating, your heart's gonna jump out of your chest, you know, all that stuff, right? That's the hard up front. But the easy is you get to have more freedom of choice on the back end without it harming you. I can go eat cheesecake, burgers and fries and pizza and cake, and it's not going to affect me to the extent that it would affect most people. Now, I'm not going to do it every day, but I can do it often as I do it pretty much as often as I really desire to do it. And, you know, I stay in a decent physical condition, you know? So anyway, when people say act your age, really question, what does that really mean? Do you want to act your age? Do you want to act like the average 40-year-old who's living paycheck to paycheck, has a beer belly, has a dad bod, has, you know, is tired and is living a unsatisfactory life? Or would you like to live life on your own terms? If you haven't already, please take a second, hit the like button for the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Drop me some comments down below. Let me know if this resonated with you. Let me know if this is you. Let me know if this is someone else that you know. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.